Good evening. Today is another day. Today is 30th January 2024. Just an update. Today I just received a banknotes that I have bought and has been arrived today. Been waiting it since last week. I make a purchase from last week. So it's gonna be a short clip just for a record. Let's go through the notes that I received today. Not a real note. They're just plastic polymer fantasy note. This is just a plain fantasy note printed for China Museum and Finance. It's to celebrate the 1000 year anniversary of paper money in China. So pretty historical for China Museum of Finance. They're not real money compared to the previous one. That is now currently in still riding hot till today. The 20 yuan of the dragon banknote, the dragon zodiac banknote. As I said previously, the price will continue to go high, probably till the Lunar New Year in another 2 weeks' time. It was still riding high on that point. People are still sought after banknotes for that one, which is, if everybody can remember, this one. It's still riding very high. The price, it keeps on going up, but I think it will plateau around 80 ringgit. That's about really it's about $18. It will be riding around $18 for note like this. Some eBays are already gone very ridiculous price, probably $20, $30, $40. It is riding very high. For one of the reason it's going very high is because of the serial numbers. You got more 8s. The more 8s you have in the serial number, the more expensive it is. Of course, the other expensive one is those people who love playing numbers like solid number, radar number, etc., etc., like binary number, triangle, triple type of number, 3 types of numbers, and so forth. So a lot of people are playing that. So of course, the more solid 8s, the more expensive it is. Or you have just one. That is absolutely expensive also. So yeah, this note is now riding very high and expensive. This is from Bank of China. The People's Bank of China. This one is just a regular fancy currency note. It's like printed like a Disney dollars and so forth. You know, like the what in America is like the $1 million banknote, or the Trump banknote, or those are the fantasy notes that you can find in the market. Some or you can say it's similar to those collectible fantasy notes like the €0 collections. Now those are even more collectible because the demands is there. But sometimes like this banknotes coming out, they might not have demand. But what I normally I don't collect fantasy note because they don't have value. The design is very fake, very unrealistic. So, or should I say, forgive me. It's just that it's not very currency look. It's very fantasy. It's really child's play kind of design. All right, it is not my kind of taste. But when it comes to this one, when I look at it, it looks fantastic. The design, the details, although the material looks very cheap, like obviously one part of the disadvantage of being fantasy note is they have to manufacture the material very cost efficient compared to the real one. They had to make it worth 20 yuan. The note has to be worth that value of 20 yuan or something like that. At least it looks something more pronounced that is difficult to counterfeit, to alter, to print, other than the engravers in itself. So fantasy notes is able to duplicate it, but not duplicate to the point like this. But whatever it is, the design wise, to me, the design wise for the fantasy note, I think this is very beautiful. For a polymer banknote, is very beautiful. This is This is supposed to be issued by China Museum of Finance. It's supposed to celebrate the China Museum of Finance. So at least there is legitimacy somewhere in that point. But what is beautiful is this: the back. The back tells you why they have this note. This is to commemorate the 1000th anniversary for paper money. Being collecting numismatic for banknotes, or as my hobby, my so-called primary hobbies, makes me want to buy such a banknote that celebrates banknotes. Being China is the first country who ever used paper currency during the Ming Dynasty, to be specific. Way before any Europeans are using paper money. Most of the time when China started to use paper is when they have invented the use of paper and combining with finance into their system. It was way before the Europeans. Those days the Europeans are still using coins, especially using hard, rare material like silver and gold. And sometimes maybe as copper. They were using that material to represent currency. Whereas China, they have thought of using banknotes to carry a large sum into a compact. Imagine carrying 100 kilograms of gold can be represented in a piece of paper. Okay, like a check. It represents. A banknote has no value until it is backed by something in material. Of course, today a lot of the banknotes today we follow a system thanks to President Nixon era time. Thanks to him, all banknotes becomes officially fiat money. So if I'm wrong, correct me in historically facts. I'm willing to listen and do my own personal research when I have the time. But anyway, this note just makes me exciting to buy. I'm not excited to buy because of the front, actually. I'm very excited to buy this part, the back, the reverse of the banknote. It did say that it's China Museum of Finance. At least there's legitimacy of the note a bit. It's not from something called Winnie the Pooh Land or whatever, Fantasyland or whatever kind of banknotes. Well, it's China Museum of Finance, so at least it's legitimacy. And it is the year from 1024 to 2024, celebrating 1000th anniversary of the paper money being used. So it is something related to my hobby. That's what drives me to buy this. I very rarely buy fantasy or replica banknotes in my entire collecting, other than, of course, Disney dollar. Okay, because this one is backed by US dollar that time, so it's still called, if it's 10 Disney dollar is equivalent to 10 US dollar, and 10 US dollar is able to convert to as a strong currency. So it is backed by good economy, strong dollar. So Disney dollar has the value, but it is a fantasy to be used in Disneyland. Of course, now it's no longer in use, it's discontinued. They no longer print Disney dollars, so the odds is these are all going up in prices. All Disney dollars will eventually go up in price. Of course, the most elusive is the 50th anniversary of Disney for the $50. Those are priceless to get it. It's still one of my targets to get one of those Disney dollar $50. It's still in my dream pipe work, but we'll see in the future if I have enough of it. Then So today I just got this too. It's relatively cheap. I got this one for 45 ringgit. That's about 10 bucks, $10. I got about this one $10, 10 US dollars. This one probably around $8 for each. So I bought it around 35 ringgit. Let's calculate it, roughly estimate it's about 7 to $8 US dollars. And one thing unique is about this note, just like to play with it, is that, you know, if you have good imagination, it would look something like this, shall we say. In conjunction of Chinese New Year, the phoenix and the dragons riding high together in the skies. Having two of this banknote merging together like this makes it splendor. Makes a splendor. Right? It looks beautiful, awesome. It looks like they're really meant to be together like this. It's beautiful. That's another catchphrase. I like banknotes that surprise people, like what the United Kingdom did for one of the coins. If you collect all the coins and put them in a certain position, it'll create the shield, the shield of the royal insignia, something like that. You know, if you have merged all and complete the whole set, something like that, like the British coins in UK. Can't show you the example here because I don't have a set of coins like that. I don't collect coins either. Most of it I got it, I just said, unless they are very expensive coins, then I do keep it. But you know, having that concept and replicate here, I hope that banks in the future are able to have that creativity to do that for their banknotes also. Of course, many banks, they don't tend to have a design that is that way because one of the disadvantage is the manipulation and alteration or having a counterfeit is greater. So for this one, the exercise, I think it's pretty fine. Having the real one is created, the 20 yuan is a dragon, and having the 100 yuan, I don't know what currency they're gonna call it, just call it 100 star, alright, just have a currency, 100 star, is having a transparency, like a window here, like a circle here. It creates it meant to be together like this. So a lot of people now selling this notes for the 100 star is pretty much trying to sell it that way. But originally when I look at it, it's not, because behind this, I mean around this window, I don't know whether you can see the so-called shape here, like a blurry shape inside the translucent under my light. Yeah, under some I don't know what kind of light you use. It's not UV. It's a certain spectrum of light. When you glare it, it becomes red. It reflects red lights. I don't know whether it's UV or infrared or whatever kind of light. I don't have that lighting to show because most of mine is dark purple light, the dark light, so UV light. Can't see it. But one of the dealers actually showed me how the light that he has. I actually see this. There is a dragon inside here. So actually it does function that way. Or if you want, it can function like this. You know, it's a very fun game thing that you have integration to look like there is a unity in this note. That is something I enjoy too. And that is what actually attracted me to buy this note. So now it's going to be a collection. One of my fantasy note will be set in my collection. So I actually bought two. I'm gonna keep one for myself. I'm gonna give one actually to my family, my young family, my so-called my niece. I don't know whether she loved it, but I'm going to split that her birthday. You know, her birthday and the Chinese New Year is quite close, so I'm gonna give one for Chinese New Year, which is a 20 yuan, and the other one is her birthday, whichever comes first. And let her figure out that when you put this together, when you put that the 20 yuan and the 100 star together like this, you create a gray ornament of 2 unities. So something like that. It's a surprise thing that takes a span of 2-3 weeks. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, bought 2, and one's for myself. I'm going to keep one is for her. And of course the dealer was so kind enough to give me one bonus banknote for free. 200 dong, 200 dong, 200 dong, 200 dong, 200 dong, which is well, actually, to be honest, I'm looking for something like this actually. Although I know it's going to be very cheap, it's probably about less than 80 cents, 70 cent kind of thing, because 200 dong is relatively nothing in value. Not many Vietnamese themselves not using 200 dong. So I'm never able to find something this so uncirculated, clean, unfolded. Most of the time when I see Vietnam money, their currency, a lot of the small denominations are very, very dirty, rags, poor, as I would put it. So I got one, but it's exactly what I just said. It's poor, rag, it's so wrinkled, it's unable to stand it by its own like that. It's all flimmed down, like sagging, like it sags down like a very unhappy face, unhappy smile. So yeah, benefit for me, because finally I got something for free that I can replace my rag, poor condition 200 dong with uncirculated 200 dong. Yay! Something from 1 cent probably upgraded to 80 cent, 20 cent, or 50 cent. Who knows? But whatever it is, it's not going to be $1. So that's all for today. I got this. So that's all for today. I got this. Bought this too. Total about 70 ringgit. That's roughly about 90. That's approximately about 1, 2, 3. About less than $20, and plus one free gift. I like this dealer because when you buy certain promotion items, I bought it online through Facebook. So you just have to be careful when you buy something in Facebook, because they could be people who are scammers, liars. So I always try something very cheap that, if I lose money, fine, it's just worth what, $2, $1, fine. I've been buying from that person for like that price at less than 10 ringgit, and eventually I got all genuine, and progressively every month when I visit his Facebook, if there's anything he's selling, I buy something more and more pricey, because I could trust him. So up to today, I've been using his service for more than a year. He has been giving me a great deal, because most of his product that he's given me is quite early bird. So if you get it is early bird as you can. Most of the product he's the first to launch, or second to launch, or third to launch in my country for public sale of any certain new items. You can expect that his price is really good. So sadly, he doesn't deal with overseas clientele unless you are from Singapore. I don't know whether he deals with people from Indonesia or Thailand, but yeah, he does deal with Singapore or even Brunei. I'm not too sure. So, but his deals were quite good. He gives discounts, cheap, very fair price, I would say. Certain items he has fair price. Again, dealers that knows his thing, he will put a fair price. Dealers that doesn't know his thing, as I said in the last video, for the United States currency, the dealers that selling it in locally in around this area, that doesn't know the note or the currency properly, may jeopardize it selling too cheap or too expensive. It ain't going to be fair price. So that is where I find my advantages to the banknotes. When I search, those banknotes, if it's really good and I found the lucky draw, then I would just buy it. And to me, I'm just gonna reap it as a greatest reward by having some knowledge on the certain notes that you are looking for, searching for it. And if you know the dealer have idea about it, because one, it's not the dealer's fault, to be honest, because for the dealers who deal so many countries of banknotes, he actually genuinely did tell me he was not able to keep track. All he sees is a dollar, a silver dollar. He treat it all the same. Okay, it's just that he has too many things in his hand to study and to price it. So he has to sell it as accordingly that he doesn't lose profit from where he bought it. At least break even. When he got it, he must sell it as it is, or higher price slightly. So I don't blame him, because there's a lot of work to be done for him. He's not dealing just United States currency. He deals with specific a lot of local currencies, Southeast Asia, China, European currencies, and Middle Eastern currency, which is very rare even for collecting it. So I understand his position, and to him, he said he don't care. So long what I had bought from someone else doesn't go below that price level. So I respect that because I did try to tell him that this is very rare. No, it's going to be very expensive. You're selling it way too cheap. To him, he just said, never mind, because I've already put up the price that way. I'm going to sell it that way. So he gave me answer. I did warn him. I did advise him this note is very rare. He did. Sorry, this is a bit side note about it from my previous video. Just to note myself that certain dealers, it was too busy, but most important thing, he's trying to sell what he bought, not to go below that. So I did warn him. He accepted it, and he said, no worry, I'll just sell it as it is. So everyone is happy. That's why some of the banknotes I got myself, they're worth more than what I've paid. Sometimes a lot of people think that my hobbies are very expensive while I'm very rich. I got a lot of money to spend on these notes. It's a hard work because I have to investigate, do my research, and go to my local dealers, see whether they have, and analyze those notes they have. Is it one of those varieties, rare notes? I check the year, I check the series, and I check the signature. I check whether they have that kind of errors, which personally the dealer has no time to do this for every single banknote he has. So it's very difficult for him to market it in a short period of time. So I love doing that, exploring the banknotes. What are the potential errors? What are potential hidden secrets that makes it rare? And from that point, I do noodling. I search through all his catalog, all his banknotes he has in his store or in his stand, and voila, most of the notes I got it is pretty darn rare. Like I just recently talked about the Japanese occupation note yesterday on the last video. I got it for 95 ringgit. The price at minimum I could get 3,000, and based on the condition, probably I can budget up to 6,000 ringgit. Yeah, from 95 ringgit to 6,000 ringgit, just because of that kind of things, that the small details that you find that personally, that is what being a collector and being a collector hunting, being a ronin, searching, wandering other dealers to collect and snipe the collections. I think that is the best part of my adventure collecting, able to find rare banknotes out of the blue, and dealing with it in a very good, not say fair price, I would say probably advantage to me. So that's it for today. Coming up, probably there won't be much introduction of new banknotes for a while, until probably near 2 weeks time. But I will continue to put up my archives of my other album catalogs. There are few after running through North and South Korea. The next one I probably would run my smaller collections. It will be very fast, very quick, and very fast finish. And from that point, most of my video will be talking similar to like this, about what I have a new one, anything new. So the next one probably I'll be talking about Malaysia banknotes, my own country. Some of the rarity banknotes I have in my album, in my archive. So that will be the next video, probably in tomorrow or in the weekend, probably on the 3rd or the 4th of February. Till then, that's all for me from today. If you like what I doing, being a very terrible amateur YouTuber, as I have no intention for it, do subscribe if you want to, do like if you want to, but for me, this is a benefit only for me. In the end, if you wish to give me an opinion, on some of the things I said might be wrong, or really is damn wrong, well, just comment. To me, I believe sharing knowledge is very important, and I will definitely like to hear people's opinion. So long it has facts, I would appreciate. So thanks for tonight, and I would say good night. Thanks. Bye bye.